All right, welcome back to Old School New School Podcast, episode 77.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm Scott and I'm old school.
I'm Chester and I'm New School, and today we will be talking about the Browns in the offseason, I guess.
Yeah, the Browns. Deep dive into the Browns.
Yeah.
Coach Kevin Stefanski, who's the offensive coordinator for the Vikings for a while.
Okay.
It's in his 5th year. I didn't realize that. Quarterback situation is a mess. Deshaun Watson was one of the worst signings in, I think, maybe the history of the NFL. That experiment is over, I think.
Yeah, he's done.
They were 3-14. They beat the Steelers, the Ravens, and the Jaguars. Offense stinks. It was ranked 32nd. Defense stinks. It was ranked 27th. Let's get right into it. Where do you go with the draft?
With the draft?
Well, first of all, it's also, we're under the scenario that Myles Garrett will not be there.
Okay.
Because he's not going to play for
Okay.
them again. Okay. So what do you do?
Still don't care, you go Ward.
Yeah, right?
You have to.
You need a quarterback.
You don't have you have James Winston, who's he's a cool dude, but he's not an elite level quarterback at this time.
He'll be fine if he played like half the season.
Yeah.
And while Ward gets his legs under him.
Now, there's also that scenario where you go Abdul Carter, who's a very good player, thinking that they don't re-sign Myles Garrett, and you have Winston play another year and just see what happens. Because you're so bad and you're so down in cap space that paying an edge rusher as well. They're all expensive.
Well, through the draft, you're on that rookie contract, so you
Yeah.
get a little leeway there. But they are negative $24 million.
Yeah.
So they're bad in the cap space. So that's not great. I think they need a quarterback.
Yeah.
Do you think Cam Ward's the answer? You think he'll be a good NFL quarterback?
I think so. I feel like the that this class is very
It's
under
thin.
for quarterbacks.
Yeah.
It's thin, but I think he'll be good.
Would you be surprised if they took Sanders?
Not necessarily, but the Titans also have the one, so they might take Ward or Sanders or
True.
Travis Hunter.
I don't think quarterbacks go 1-2 in this. That's my
Okay.
opinion. I think somebody grabs a dual card. Sanders, he's getting destroyed which I think he's being somewhat unfairly maligned.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on in these interviews and everything. But it's almost like people are wanting to find the negatives for him.
Yeah.
And it's because of his dad and and everything, but it's kind of I don't think it's totally fair to him. A lot these reports that he was arrogant in meetings. Well, you have a different quarterback and they would call that confident. It's these words that really get goofy.
So it's the media. They're gonna say what they want to say.
Well, it's also whatever NFL people trying to get their sound bites out there or whatnot. So anyway, I think yes. I think you have to, Cam. I think you have to pick the quarterback.
Yeah.
Because you kind of have to start from scratch. You need everything. You need edge. You need quarterback.
Browns,
you need offensive line. You need wide receiver. You need running back. You need everything.
Nick Chubb is a good running
Nick
back.
Chubb's decent.
But he's also been very injured and he's older. I mean,
He's getting old, and it's another year. The Browns are in full rebuild, which seems like every offseason they're in full rebuild.
They went to the playoffs and went to the divisional round against the Chiefs in 21 maybe or 22.
I mean, they've had more down years than up years, and that Watson trade
killed them.
It really makes you wonder what the front office was thinking.
I don't know. They thought he'd become his Texan self because he was decent on the Texans.
He was okay.
He was pretty good on the Texans.
All right. I don't know. I feel like he wasn't that good on. I feel like he kind of tailed off that last season with the Texans.
No, he just got in a lot of controversy.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. But why would you take
I don't know.
a problem? Like,
right.
Why do you question? Do you see in any scenario the Browns trading for Rodgers or picking up Rodgers?
I mean, if you pick up Rodgers, you're confident you're not taking Ward, right? Or are you taking Ward with Rodgers to sit behind?
I don't think you'd take Rodgers and Ward.
No way.
I think maybe you pick up a kid in the third round, or but similar to like, I don't know, Rodgers. He's still a good quarterback.
Sure.
Not saying he's not, but he comes with so much baggage.
Yeah.
Is it worth it? Like, you're just getting over something that was a ton of baggage.
I mean, unless they get him for the... I feel like you don't even... No team should go for Rodgers unless you get him for the right price.
I think his biggest problem is everybody... Like, when he went to the Jets, only Packer fans were kind of aware of... kind of,
the problems.
The mess that he kind of is. And then, like, you got and everybody's like, oh, he's kind of bonkers.
Yeah.
And kind of really full of himself. And, and he's just, there's so much baggage. I don't think it's worth it for any team. Like, I think it'd be something if no team
Well, let's talk about the Browns, not Rodgers.
Well, the Browns are an option for Rodgers. I don't think they take him. They just got over a mess.
Yeah. But also $24 million in cap space down,
Yeah.
Rodgers likes money, that's all.
That's true. But he's not getting a lot this time.
I guess
he is not going to get a big contract.
Yeah,
so the Browns, it's a rebuild. Like, do you think they can win more than 3 games next year?
You don't have Deshaun Watson at quarterback, and you get a good draft class. I know it's a very hypothetical thing, but probably. I feel like you can definitely go past 3 wins. Also, I'm pretty sure that all 3 wins were without Deshaun Watson. I'm pretty sure all these wins were with James Winston. Winston. So that doesn't help at all either. I feel like maybe if you have a good draft class, you maybe make some moves. You see what people are offering for Garrett, right? Because obviously, if it's worth it, you do it.
Yeah. What's the ceiling on their wins? The Browns.
6.
Right.
I don't see them going over. They're definitely not a playoff team off of this.
Yeah,
I mean, I just don't see how they could be a playoff team.
I can't even see 6 wins.
That's that's their ceiling,
Yeah, I'm thinking 4 to 5.
Yeah.
If you're a Browns fan, you just want them to start moving in the right direction. Like,
right, yeah. I mean, 4, 5, 6 wins is improvement. So
yeah, and just get young. Get a bunch of young kids.
Yeah, I mean, they probably should trade Myles Garrett because he's a very good player. So they will get a lot.
They will get something for him, and even if it's like offensive line, anything anything to shore up. Like, offensive line helps your quarterback, helps your running game. Like, it's crazy. But the Browns, you got a lot of work to do.
Okay,
I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Giants are next.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everybody have a good week.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.